Welcome back to A Song of Leaf and Bark. I am TWA. Sorry, I have to say the whole thing. I'm talking with Adam, and you are talking with Adam, because my name is Adam and I'm talking to you. I take you all once again to a quaint little village deep within the wilderness. You see small houses built into trees, animals standing upright, wearing clothing, going about their various activities. You see two foxes working like this large saw, hacking it back and forth, taking down a whole tree. You see a skunk child selling lemonade from a wholesome little stand. You see a farmer fox wearing a fucking adorable little straw hat, riding this wagon being pulled by a big work beetle. We find ourselves once again at this little story time circle with the beautiful older Harangon woman reading from her giant book. You hear some of the kids clamoring, "I don't care about any of this trial by combat stuff. Why are Klein's kids D-holes? This makes no sense." And you hear another kid, "Be quiet, I want to see what happens." She tells him to settle down and she starts thumbing through this book. She starts a recap from the prior week, talking about Sassafras becoming the Lord, getting drunk, and making a terrible speech. She told them about the Vulpine Grove itself starting to fall apart, its people worried for the future, concerned for their livelihoods. It's almost as if the people's hope had been buried when Alara Earthborn was buried. She reminds them of Sir Slimeridge, who denounced Sassafras as Lord, seeing his sentence to the Verdant Cathedral as unjust, as unfair, and he demanded a trial by combat. She told them about the huge party that was thrown, known as the Earthing or the Unearthing, where all the lords and ladies of the kingdom come to pay their respects to the fallen lord or lady and the new lord or lady. In this party where Sassafras narrowly escaped being taken advantage by the king, Riven tried to make some trade deals unsuccessfully. Klein tried to keep Sass's head above water, somewhat successfully. Timothy hit on some frogs and caught up with his good friend Count Lilypond of Ponderosa. Fezzik also talked to the frogs because frogs are funny. But during this party, something was revealed. Pontifex Acornius had been up to some nefarious things, creating some kind of potions to charm people. He tried to get Sass to drink one, and Riven and Klein stopped this from happening.
Yup.
In kind of a lull and unsure what to do as the Pontifex kind of backed off, the Chancellor slightly suggested that maybe possibly Sass should do something about this heinous act. And Sass just yelled, "Fucking have this dude arrested." The Squirrel King...
No, he said, "Arrest this man!"
The Squirrel King did not like this, and he demanded this grand trial that would take years and pull everybody and get every piece of data. But Pontifex had a more nefarious plan. He whispered something into Fezzik's ear, and Fezzik's face went blank. And he demanded a trial by combat, where Fezzik is his champion. And that's where last week's story ended. This week we start in the coming days. Fezzik is staying as close as he can to the Pontifex, who's under the guard of the Squirrel King, still in chains, still in quote-unquote prison, but the Squirrel King has put in a lot of special security in place for the Pontifex. A lot more cushy, as opposed to Sir Slimeridge, who's simply tossed into the gallows. The noble lords and ladies that were at the party, along with the Squirrel King, have all left the Vulpine Grove. So in these coming days, is there anything you guys would like to quickly do or say?
Can we assess exactly how good the Pontifex security is?
Sure, you can roll me either perception or investigation with advantage.
Oh, right. Is my...
This is after the party and everything?
Yeah, this is the coming days. If you have something you wanted to do at the party or finish up there, I'm willing to hear that too. On a 17, Their security seems to be all non-magical squirrel guards. He is in like a cell in the gallows, which is like a portion of the burrows underneath the great tree, or the hollow. At any given time, there are 5 squirrel guards guarding the outside of his cell, and they seem to go in a rotation where he's never left alone.
All right. And who manages this food?
Why do you need to know that?
You weren't expecting that question.
Who would control
Well-
this food? So for him in particular, they would get your like royal chef, whoever like cooks. Like Helmy, part of the help, would have a vein in there where they are giving him the good food. Where Sir Slimer is just given like rations and bullshit, Pontifex is actually eating nicely.
All right.
Well,
Riven,
he's a slime, so
if you
Yes.
can make him dead with an international incident, do so. If not, I understand.
I can make this happen to the best of my ability, sir, but would that not cause suspicion before his trial?
Wouldn't we just play the exact same game he's playing?
We could play it smarter. I was thinking, forgive me, but sacrificing like probably a guard so that our brother may live still and we just catch him later.
I think you may be onto something there. I think we need to speak to Fezzik about our endgame goals here.
I look around to see if anybody's like watching me. I'm always paranoid.
Not Fezzik, I'm sorry. Sassafras.
Yeah, and you guys are 2 pretty well-trained assassins. If you want to have a private conversation, that's pretty
Yeah.
doable.
But yeah, I'd actually want to have a talk with Sassafras about the direction of the kingdom.
Yes, sir. Do you need me to go with you, or do you?
It would be useful. You might be needed.
Understood, sir.
Yeah, you guys can definitely get a word in with Sassafras.
Hey, yo, Sassy, what up?
My
Raven
brother.
would stay at his place until like, acknowledged.
You'd go give him a big hug.
I'd hug him. We need to decide, do we want to go to war with the squirrels or not?
Well, these damn squirrels are a pain in my ass.
Yeah, I
mean-
agree. And you know what? Beating them up in a good war might make the people like you more. But we need to pick our moment well and carefully.
Yeah, deal with this Pontifex first.
So, the way I look at it is we try to kill him subtly. If we fail, big deal. If we succeed, great. Failing that, his trial by combat, I think we sacrifice a guard. This was Riven's idea, but I think it's a good one. That way we can build our intelligence so we can wait till the perfect moment to strike.
Riven walks up like fast, but like they're just walking fast up to you, like for a quick insider note there. Like, I suggest we send one of the Helix Knights as a champion for that trial.
I was gonna say somebody willing to throw their life away for the crown.
Mollusk. Wait, is Mollusk still alive? He's the one that lied and was like, I should kill myself because of it, or something like that.
So Slime Ridge.
Yeah, no, Slimish is the one that's in trouble. Mollusk was another knight, and he was the one that lied. Remember, he claimed that he was the one who killed the badger, and Slimish was a liar. Oh wait, which one was a liar? This would mean if it. Are my notes wrong?
With the morale so low in the Vulpine Grove, you think we'll be able to find somebody to just take a fall?
I suggest one of the snail knights, and he just backs up.
Just feed them a snail knight.
The Steady Hand Saviors are loyal. But Slime Ridge is kind of convinced that He denounced me, I guess.
Well, he's about to die in a trial by combat, and I'll kill him myself.
That seems fair.
Sir, are you sure about that? You don't want to send in a guard?
I am against the snail, me. Against the pontiff, against Fezzik, someone we don't care about.
These people are very shady, sir. Don't know
He has
what
a-
kind of tricks they have up their sleeves.
They're snails. I can run away.
Right away,
I
sir.
was gonna say he is a mighty fighter.
But if anything was to happen, I would gladly dive into battle.
If I'm gonna die to a snail, I deserve every bad thing said about me.
You
Yes,
know
sir.
what? That's fair. That's fair. I agree.
You never know these things. You just like,
Well, I know he's a fucking caster. So.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna like, cause like he's it's already set in stone out of character. It's already like set in stone that he's used magic. Okay, so people know that he used magic. There's no reason for him to hide that fact. He's just gonna probably use it against you in the fight.
You have to be careful for that. It might freeze your toe off.
Yeah, he's gonna freeze your ass, and then next thing you know, you're
I
next.
can move 180 feet in one turn.
While you guys are having this conversation, gotta scroll up. God damn it.
Defeat.
An animal walks very, very slowly into the council clearing, which is where I'm assuming you guys are. It's a corkscrew knight. Dippa. This is you.
One at that one.
This is who you're coming in as. You're coming in as a corkscrew knight. You are devout and pledged to the Vulpine, to the nobility, to the name, to the prosperity of this place. And seeing all the confusion and animosity and sorrow of the people after losing Lady Alara, you have realized that your noble leaders could maybe use your assistance and your insights. So you have come here to humbly offer your assistance and your guidance, and you're seeking a role as an advisor.
Okay. Am I kind of like the trying to fill the gap of Slime Ridge's command as well? Like, am I like trying to assert myself as like the leader of the Corkscrew Knights all of a sudden?
If that's what
Or
you
just-
want.
I think maybe, yeah, and I'm trying to get in with these guys about it. And kind of maybe even against Slime Ridge at this point.
Oh shit, okay.
For dishonoring and using magic, and then being a little weasel about it all and not just going to the thing or whatever. But yeah, I say, hello, Earthborn. My name is Sir Mucuston, and I am here to offer my humble advice and counsel in the matters at hand. Sir Slimeridge has embarrassed the Corkscrew Knights, and we denounce him. And we wish to see a hand in his justice. And if you would have me, I would love to be part of council here for the coming days.
Riven walks up to Klein and says, I suggest he be thrown into the pit, sir. And if he wins, then
Yeah, I'll, would I for not being so
No.
close? Or were you just whispering to Klein?
That's up to you.
I
guys.
always whisper to Klein, and then Klein whispers to you because I feel out of place going straight to the Lord of the house.
I do not whisper back. I say, no.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, well, the great tree might have answered our prayers here, you know? So great.
Yes.
Great advisor.
I think it is important that you start establishing a council either way. You will need people to advise and represent different interests of yours.
Yes, this is wise words from your brother Klein, I believe. And then I kind of bow. I've been bowing to everybody very slowly.
If you're pretending to have forgotten my name, don't.
Sorry, it was Sir Mucus.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Klein's one-liners.
Clyde is a fucking fuckboy. He said, if you pretend you forgot my name, don't.
It's like I'm like the second most senior person here and like a multi-time tournament champion. Like, bitch, please.
He's a snail.
Yeah, it took him a second.
It's kind of stupid, you know?
I would personally. We are in a. We've gotten some snails angry at us lately, and I think having a snail voice directly in your ear would be beneficial for keeping us all together and the
It's
unity
very
we
cute.
can provide.
It was a good point, Klein. Can you fight Sir Mucuston? I assume you can.
Oh yes, and I very, very slowly draw out my sword.
You'd be more of like a
Martial
advisor.
arts?
It's in more of like an advisor position, right? Like we won't have you fight.
I will do whatever my lord commands of me, and I take another really slow bow.
Yes, of course. You can join the council. That was just formed just now.
Oh, thank
No,
you, wise lord. Thank you, wise lord Sassafras.
I assume the council would have been around for a while.
Kirby, you're full of it.
Like, speak with Chancellor Wind Whisper. He'll get you acquainted.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Too kind and wise. Thank you. I very slowly just start making my way towards the Chancellor. Just creeping along.
Somebody's just like right in there with us, right? So
Want me to pick you
The
up?
Chancellor walks over, picks you up, walks you over to Sassafras, looks him in the face, and says, I believe that Sir Mucuston is of great importance and value. I think his talents and insights and wisdoms would be wasted in my company. Here, and he puts him on your shoulder.
Aw, that's cute. He's like a little nabby. He's like, hey, listen.
And then the Chancellor like slowly backs up.
Thank you, Chancellor Wind Whisper. Thank you.
Yes, I do
All
believe
right.
your wisdoms and thoughts would be much more beneficial far, far away from me.
Just low-key annoying.
now about the Pontifex. We were discussing some very crucial matters.
To discuss that here with your new chancellor, your advisor, I mean,
We need to see how well he can advise.
right now.
So
Well,
I'm sorry.
Oh, sir, I am not sure what you would want me to say. It's your own brother is his champion. Have we selected our champion? I
I
mean,
point at Klein.
not to presume.
No, that's a different drama combat.
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that's the one you meant.
I'm only fighting the snail.
yeah, the Pontifex chose.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Pontifex. Yeah,
Yeah.
Pontifex has
I don't
brainwashed
point
peasant.
at I don't point at the master. It said like kind of like tug at Klein's like shirt and like have we chose a champion to fight?
We haven't
Sir?
yet.
I suggest either Eagle Guard or Helix Knight.
I would agree with that.
He steps back, hands just like plays with his hands.
What do you think, Sassafras, in terms of our champion? fight up against Fezzik.
We'll have to find an Eagle Knight, yeah? That could work.
Good
But
plan.
let's... What if he does disappear before his trial? What's the...
The worst scenario is the squirrels declare war on us, which is an eventuality. It would just be faster than we'd like.
I like to say that the worst scenario is losing your brother, sir.
He's brainwashed our brother. That's... I think that crime goes above the crown. He did it in our home as well.
Very disrespectful act, if you ask me, sir.
There shouldn't even be a trial.
You want us to go? There shouldn't even be a trial. It should be slaughtered.
I am not sure. I'm not sure what you're indicating, but I would second that we should get an Eagle Guard to fight Fezzik.
I only whispered that to Klein.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've echoed it. I've
Oh,
asked
okay.
for
Yeah,
input.
got it.
Yeah.
You're lucky, Snail.
I'm on thin ice with Riven.
Already.
Like, how does he know that?
That's... He said a Helix Knight was another option?
Yes, sir. I believe.
Let's say
I
a Helix
suggest the
Knight and an
Helix
Eagle
Knight.
Knight met in a back alley and they started fighting. Who would win?
Sir, obviously the Eagle Knight. With all due
Okay,
respect,
we need to
you
find
know,
a
he,
Helix Knight.
looks at the Sir Mikason with all due respect. But yeah, the Eagle Knight will definitely stomp the
Sir Mucus.
But sir, the goal is for the knight to lose. Like whoever's we're sending out there.
You would strongly disagree with that sentiment. You would know that your people are great warriors and that you've killed eagles before and things larger than eagles, and especially when there's more than one of you together, you're a force that can't be stopped, and alone you're definitely stronger than a eagle.
Just imagine a bunch of fucking snails attached to a tree and setting up an ambush. You gotta run.
I'm not sure exactly what you mean by this comment, but I assure you, Corkscrew Knights are of the highest valor.
There you have it, sir. He said it himself. The Corkscrew Knights will be the one to send in.
Oh, I kind of like realized that what I
He looks
just like
like-
got
yeah.
talked into, I guess.
He looks directly at you. Would you disagree? You said it yourself. The Corkscrew Knights not stronger than the Eagle Knights?
Yeah.
So they're weaker. And he like presses questions on. It's like, and it's-
Yeah, yes.
this is your advisor, sir. This is your new advisor.
Just embarrassing me.
I would like to remind you that you do also have the ability to revert into your shell.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like,
No.
I will need to think on this. I will need to think on this, and I go into my shell.
He's pondering on it.
It's no poison, sir, but I believe salt is just enough to defeat.
I can.
The Corkscrew Knights.
I could still hear you.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm just saying that's, compared to an eagle knight, if I threw salt on the eagles, they wouldn't melt.
Seems like we have a plan then. Klein will fight Sir Slime Rouge. And then we'll find an Eagle Knight to
Oh yes, Mucus.
fight our brother.
Any advice for fighting this traitor in the trial by combat?
One of
Like
the
Klein-
Skyward missionaries I recommend is Boris Talon.
Boris Talon. I fought with him on the road there.
What's this? Any
Pretty
tips
tough.
fighting slime rage?
Like Klein pointed out, he's keen to magic with the ice, so probably just try to get him quick.
That's what I do.
Don't give him the chance to
What
use
I do.
his devil magic. I'll hit the little shell like with his finger, just one finger, click,
Hit or like tap it.
like tapping.
It just hits it. It just like flies all the way over there.
Yes. I guess my advice to defeat Sir Slime Ridge, as I start poking my head back out, would be to avoid the shell. The shell's the hardest part.
Yes. That makes sense.
Aim for his neck. Well, I assume that's his neck there.
Yes. A quick blow to the neck would defeat Sir Slime Ridge very quickly.
All right.
Like, Klein in his head knows that he would disagree, but doesn't want to say anything about it. He knows that the snail, it's like, at that point, to him, that's overkill. That's how little he thinks of them.
I have no idea how tough the snails actually is, but I'm gonna ruin his shit anyway.
Yeah.
So we have our champions, it seems.
Agreed.
Sir, do you still have the silencer? You've been using your bow a lot.
Yes, of course.
Oh, would I get the 2 new weapons as well? Like, would I have to use those?
You don't have to use them, but you would have them on you, yeah.
You know, if you don't use them, your mother is looking down on you upon your grave. Shame, shame on you, shame. How dare you?
Yeah, you have them on
Okay.
your character sheet.
Gotcha.
Then Emmerich Bark also has Fox's Death on him, which is just the ceremonial axe used to murder people.
That's a fitting weapon to pass down. I forgot that's what happened. Because he like broke his.
Wonderful. So, I think we're all set for the trial of combat. Trial by combat, you guys know who you want to send in, and hoping you'll know how it goes. However, there's another thing mentioned that I think we have to conclude, which is, are you trying to assassinate the Pontifex?
I'm leaving that in Riven's hands to decide whether she
Yeah,
wants to go for it or not.
if we want to tell
I
you,
trust her judgment. Trust your judgment.
To answer that question, short answer, yes.
Okay. And you're doing this by trying to poison the food, correct? Okay. I'm going to have you make me a sleight of hand check. The DC.
Yes.
Ooh. I'm gonna get you to roll me a sleight of hand check. You're gonna roll once. The DC is going to be 22. If you succeed, you will successfully poison the Pontifex. If you fail, bad things will happen.
Okay.
Ooh-wee.
Out of all the people that you think would help you, Helmi is actually the one who indicates that she's the most willing. And she goes and serves this plate of food to the Pontifex.
I would like to say that my hate for Helmi does not exist on this character. Just so it's because normally, like out of character and with Alara, I hate this bitch. But yeah, right now it'd be cool.
Fezzik,
Mm-hmm.
You're standing nearby, zonked out. The Pontifex begins to eat his meal boastfully, happily. He's not too worried about the things going on. It's not weighing on his conscience. And then he what?
Could I ask something? Could I do like a very specific type of poison?
Sure. What would you like?
There was like, uh, damn it, it was like willow shade or some shit like that. It's like a off branch to nightshade or whatever. It doesn't kill automatically. It kills over time. Like it takes a second.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of delayed.
Yeah, it's delayed.
So they can't like tie it to a certain thing. Sure. With that, some things do change. The Pontifex eats his food happily. They take his plate away. Couple hours go by, and the Pontifex is in the middle of a prayer. In his jail cell. All love to the great tree, and all that they bestow in their canopy of shade. We are all children in this shade, casting our own shadows in this. And then he just starts coughing out blood, like all over the front of his holy robes. And he grabs onto the altar and he starts swaying back and forth. And you see him, he turns around, he looks at the guards. They like start unlocking and trying to get in, but before they can even enter, he's on the ground, coughing out blood, and stops moving.
So am I like the spell's been lifted because he died?
The second that happens, you zonk back in. You are, the last thing you remember is you at the party.
Okay. Yep. Oh, what's going on? What is this? Pontifex? And I get down on my hands and knees and I roll him over and see, this big mess and his lifeless body. Pontifex! Guards!
The guards like
what's going on?
The guards actually like tried to hold you back, and you like push past them because you're so much stronger, and like get to the Pontifex, and they're like, we don't know. He was fine a minute ago, and we don't know.
Well, what's going on? Why are we in here? I like recognize that this is the gallows of the grove or under the hollow or whatever. What are we doing here? What is this? Pontifex!
Get somebody! Chancellor! Get the Chancellor! And they like yell to their beetles, and the little messengers go flooding out. They start running and like going to get the Chancellor.
And I start like pointlessly using the one spell that I use is Mend. And I'm trying to, I'm holding Pontifex, kind of like, I'm not quite sad yet. I'm still in a panic. It hasn't, I'm in a panic because I'm super clueless. I just snap back in and so I'm not like mad or sad right now. I'm just in a panic.
Yeah, as you're just panicked over the Pontifex, his eyes wide, blood all over the front of him.
Blood come out of his eyes.
This is another very important role on whether or not the Chancellor can get there in time. I'm gonna say it's a straight D20 roll, and a minute to be alerted and to get there and to do this spell is tough. So it's gonna have to be a 15 or higher on a D20.
Are you're rolling it?
I'm about to roll it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
So this roll is for the NPC.
Yep.
Okay. Chancellor Windwhisper gets word of this. You are actually in the clearing right now, like Sassafrasa. One of the squirrel guards comes barging in. He's like, the Pontifex has died. We don't know what happened. He's coughing out blood. It's not our fault. Please come help. Come. And the Chancellor, yes, of course. And he starts walking very, very quickly. You guys follow?
Mhm.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like he's coming to say that to all of us.
Yeah, like he burst into the council clearing and just yelled this, and like the Chancellor's behind you, and he's like, I should go attend to this, and runs off.
Let's go.
You follow.
Yeah, I'd like look at them. Yeah, I'd follow.
You get to the gallows, and Chancellor goes to his body, rests his hands over it. You see some like green leafy arcane energy seep out of his hands, and then he places it onto his chest. Some of the blood disappears. You see this green energy go into his body, course all the way through it in this like pulse of life as the body like rises just a little bit, falls down, and then doesn't move. Chancellor looks up.
Artifacts.
I'm sorry, Fezzik, he's gone.
Ugh. What happened? Why am I down here? What's going on? And now the panic wears off, and now I'm sobbing.
I'd grab him and try to calm him down and be like, "Hey, he tried to brainwash you at the feast."
What? The feast? Yes, the feast.
Sorry.
We were just there.
It's been weeks.
I'm gonna look to the Chancellor. It's like, perhaps the great tree knew what needed to be done for justice.
He looks around at the Squirrel Knights are still in the room and goes, he was a great Pontifex.
He was. He
And
was.
he is one with the great tree now. I will work on determining a cause of death.
Thank you. Please keep us all posted. We need to know what happened here.
Of course.
Once you find out, only tell one of us. This is a matter of the utmost importance.
Boy, you know damn well.
What was that thing you were doing there, Chancellor?
What thing?
I mean, I saw you touching his body, and then his blood went away for a second.
Yes, I was
Or
trying.
would I have seen it?
Oh yeah. I was channeling the great tree's magic to try to bring him back.
I see.
It seems I was too late in my endeavors.
You did all you could. We're thankful for it.
Two Squirrel Knights look at each other and they're like, the king must be alerted of this immediately.
Of course. Do your duty.
They both nod and they run off. Chancellor says we will ensure that he has a proper burial in only the greatest of graves.
If you think that's what he wanted, do what's best. You knew him better than I. Fezzik, would you agree?
Yes, I think the great tree is good. Pontifex will be remembered. I'm just a mess.
I'll put my hand on Fezzik's shoulder. Just sometimes the great tree works in mysterious ways, my brother.
Yes.
with the death of the pontifex, the
I am back.
Squirrel King would eventually send word that he will be sending another pontifex, and he expects a full report of the investigation towards this, and he's going to send his own squirrel detectives, basically his own squirrel guards, to ensure that the investigation is done properly.
I will, of course, be as capitulating as possible and try to knee Sastras in the ribs to do the same.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
That took a turn.
You find something within the his journals. It's a logbook of all the royal marriages of the squirrel family. And there is one king circled. King Bushytail the Fourth. And the notable thing about King Bushytail the Fourth is he was the king that bred out the foxes from the royal line. Before him, there were other animals that interspersed. Some were mice, some were foxes. The one before him, his father, King Bushytail III, was in fact a fox. And then you find, in another document, a marriage certificate for King Bushytail IV that predates his marriage to the queen. This implies that King Bushytail IV, in history's past, is not the rightful king. Because if you are married and that marriage is not annulled, and you are not free of that marriage, and you get married again and have children, those children are still considered bastards. This doesn't just nullify King Bushytail IV as the rightful king. This gets rid of the entire line of bastard squirrels.
Oh, snap.
This is evidence that the foxes are the rightful heirs to the Eggcorn throne in Squirrel Reach.
I'm sorry, who found this?
You all found this in like his room in his journals.
Oh shit.
We already knew a war was coming. Now we have a cause to rally behind, especially as we seek allies.
Actually,
Yeah.
I'm going to say the strangest part about all this is that it's Chancellor Wind Whisper who tells you.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I found the cause of death to be completely natural. No foul play or poison involved.
Thank you. You've done us all a great service.
He must just had some bad meat from the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens. Klein just shrugs his shoulders. Mm.
I don't know.
I was just reading the journal over and just like. This changes everything.
We need to start planning alliances. We need to spread this we need to spread this information in a manner that is immediately before we go to war, but so quickly that the scrolls don't know we've done it.
Oh, I mean, you know where my reach is. Hinting at the frogs.
The frogs would be a valuable ally to have here.
I like the frogs.
Riven, do you think
the-
you could spread this almost as a rumor before it's confirmed, just so that we can see how whispers of this are responded to?
Sorry, who are you asking that to?
Asking it to Riven.
I'm sorry, what happened? I thought you were talking to Adam.
No, I want you to spread this truth as a rumor first to see how people react to it.
Right away, sir. Do you have a suggestion where should I start?
Anywhere and everywhere. The more doubt in the minds of the populace.
I'll
the
start with like my shop. And I'll tell it to Boomer, who was I'm sure would spread the rumor, and like eventually a customer will hear it, and then so on and so on.
One whisper at the tavern that'd be all over the place.
Yeah, I also will go to the let me pull up my list of locations here. I have it. I've been taking notes. I have it. Okay. The Groves reflection or refraction? Reflection. That one bar in the Burrows. I think that is the one in the Burrows. No, the Heidi, I think that's what it's called. Do it there too. All of the barrels, actually.
Yeah, but that's why the the late den mother killed Ember so quick.
I just did a whole fucking speech, and I was muted.
Hold on.
That's Adam. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hate
You aren't
this game.
talking without Emily.
The squirrel presence over the next day or so increases. A couple of the more hardened veterans come down and start really pressing this investigation. What happened? Where's the body? Chancellor Wind Whisperer assists greatly in deterring them. And he seemed like he's already incinerated the body by the time they get there. And he points them in different directions. Fezzik is in shambles, but Lavender and fucking Flip Flap help you through that a bit. And eventually the day comes for Sir Slimerich's trial by combat. This is an event. This is a spectacle. People want to see this. This is not necessarily a fun thing, but it's definitely an entertaining thing, especially with how morale has been in the late days of Vulpine Grove. As players, I would like to ask, would you have your trial by combat in the council clearing? Do you have an arena for that? Do you do it like on a treetop? Where would you have your trial by combat?
Bigger the space, the better, baby.
Yeah, probably on the ground floor somewhere, right?
It's all up to the Lord of the house.
I'd imagine maybe in like the courtyard.
You create an arena.
Or it happens at the square, like a town square. My vote would be like in the same room that the Lord sits at. The
Give me a tiny ass room to fight this dude. Thanks.
Yeah, he can't run. No, I'm just kidding. I would say an arena. We would have an arena for it already. Lady Alara made an arena a long
Hell
time
yeah.
ago. It is a big coliseum. And they got snack booths and everything,
Wonderful.
and a little mini shop for Riven.
Everyone's buying everything.
It's like a concession stand. It's like, here's some free oil samples to, put over your nose so you don't have to smell the blood and filth in the arena. Smells like death. Death and animal shit for the times that make people fight animals. Wild, unawoken animals. We got lions and tigers.
What about bears?
No, fuck them.
Oh my.
Oh my.
So many of these people are dead. It's so funny looking through these NPCs. Oh my god.
I know. I look at it every time. I'm like, they have like a star and like dead in parentheses by their name
Cutting
if
a
they
block
died.
through the
And I'm like,
campaign.
okay, dead, dead. It already started off with Laura's mother and father. Like I wrote down their things, and you're like, yeah, they long gone. Okay, dead.
Wonderful. It's a whole spectacle. You guys aren't in the council clearing right now. I just don't have the map for a wooden coliseum that's like, I'm gonna say it's a stump of a tree that's been hollowed out, and you have like seats all along it. There's like a little stand outside of it. It's like it would be probably the biggest tree in Vulpine Grove, but it was knocked over and died a long time ago. You've hollowed out this stump to be a sort of
Could I add
coliseum.
one more thing?
Anything you want.
Okay, so like let's say that it's like stories high and there's places for them to drop off. Like Smash Bros.
Like pitfalls.
Yeah, like pitfalls, but like let's say like there's like openings, like not a window, but you
I'm
know how
not
you got like
playing
the little
no one.
arc opening? Like a little like an arcway or whatever. That just leads to like a bunch of stories drop to death. I don't know numbers. So yeah, very high.
Amazing.
The people dread walking up all the stairs it takes to get to the Coliseum. That's like one of the complaints of the people when they have to go to this.
Foxes can climb, they're fine. But everybody shows up to this.
Not the snails.
Like Sassafras, you have like your nice little VIP booth, and you're sat up with your cabinet, and Copper is just fucking feeding you drinks, and just like, finally you do something cool as Lord. This is fucking awesome. This is the most fun I've had since we were fighting those skunks.
Those skunks. He takes a big swig of his ale.
Riven, you'd have a couple of your delivery spiders, Boomer and Esmeralda, along with you.
I love them. I like their names.
During this big spectacle event, things are being handed out, everybody's cheering. It seems to be like pretty good morale. Salty is sitting with you, drinking out of his leg, Timothy. And he's like, alright, I heard some shit.
Oh? What did you hear? I'll kind of like lean in.
Remember that old King Cotton Ball fellow? The Rabbit King.
Oh,
Nobody-
yes.
Nobody's seen him since the fall of Bramblethorn.
And who are you?
What, you seen him in how long? God, how long was that?
Wait some years now. Well, his son, Cotton Ball II. There's been whispers he's been trying to sell some of the bark steel in like underground trades.
Hmm.
And you would
How do
know.
we get in?
Well, I'm not really in all that underbelly life. It's just things I heard from drunks rambling in taverns, you know? But you would know bark steel to be like what the rabbits use to oppose the squirrels. Like, it was one of the main things that swung the pendulum into their favor when fighting against the squirrel's magic.
Probably be good to get our hands on that.
Well,
Let me see what I can do. And I'll go back to like what we're doing currently.
yeah, like eating peanuts, fucking drinking ale, and waiting on this fight. And he looks at you. He's like, "I really hope your brother doesn't die today."
I'm sure he's capable enough. If he isn't, then going to kind of add what he's got coming. But we'll see. Campaign attention is starting.
Smell good oils. Get your smell good oils over here.
Ezek, you would meet the new Pontifex Walnutshire.
Walnutshire, okay.
And he just like comforts you and lets you know that, you know, he's with the great tree now. It's okay. Do character.
You said his name is
I'm gonna say
Walnutshire?
I'm gonna say I know this guy kind of like not super well, but indirectly, just through you know, he's been in the clergy stuff.
Emmerich Bark stands up next to Sassafras, pulls out a scroll. Now announcing the trial by combat for Sir Slimerich's freedom, for his crimes against the Great Tree, for his crimes against the Vulpine Grove. Announcing our first champion from House Earthborn, Klein, the Swift, wielder of charred ends, master of arrows, baron of the western frontiers, ambassador to the woodland realms. Klein Earthborn is Klein. You walk out of like the side of the Coliseum and the fucking crowd just erupts. Flowers get thrown in at you and like people are just...
I've done this a million times before and I'm selling every minute of it. I'm full politician. I'm waving at families. I'm kissing babies.
Speaking of
I'm a
which,
fanboy.
as you walk out, you smile, you kiss a baby, and then you look at it and you realize that it's your child.
You got a bunch
ew.
of kids.
And you see Willow in the stands, and she yells to you, "You better not make me a widow!"
Very well, dear.
What a desperate bitch.
The nerve on this chick, giving birth to D-hole babies.
Oh, she tripped down a flight of stairs.
As Armitage
My wife you're
is
talking about.
in your arms, and you see Kamui, Raynette, Silka, Yusu, and Vegeta II. And
Who's the first?
as you're holding Armitage, he's like, sorry, is Armitage? Yeah, Armitage is a boy. Armitage is a boy.
Yeah.
Armitage is like, Dad, this is all great, but like, you shouldn't have brought Vegeta. He's getting all hyped up. All he cares about is strength. And you look at Vegeta, and he's just like way more buff than all the other kids.
We have to embrace everyone that needs to embrace their own passions. I have no problem with him embracing his here as long as he doesn't hurt anyone.
You see Vegeta's holding Yusu by the shirt, and he's like, you spend most of your life ruled by another. Watch your race dwindle to a handful, and then you can tell me what has more meaning than your own strength.
I'll walk over and I'll show Yosu like a kind of sick way to escape that hold. So you learn something every day.
The crowd's just watching, waiting for you to go into the fucking ring.
You acknowledge your kids and your wife.
I do parenting for myself. I do parenting for the realm. Let's do this.
And now announcing our second champion, Sir Slimeridge of the Helix Knight, dishonored Lord of the Steady Hand Saviors, and former Knight of the People.
Fuck him!
Boo!
And Sir Slimeridge hasn't even come out of his door yet.
Oh, slimy.
I throw a thing at him. I throw like a. I look for something nearby, like some trash.
Sir Slimeridge comes out, and he looks pissed. He is burning with the rage of 1,000 suns. He comes out.
It's kind of hot.
And he's like, Klein Earthborn,
Yes.
I challenge you to fight me like a man.
No, I'll fight you like the criminal and traitor you are.
Come here so I can stab you honorably.
Why would I do that?
As slow as I am, my determination knows no bounds, and my rage is unrelentless.
What are you going to do? Betray the great tree again and cast your magic spells at me?
I will do what I must. My father has always warned me against you foxes. To watch out for the silent assassins that you sent. The ones that killed him. The fox's fury killed my father, and I still swore by you, Sassafras!
No, you didn't. You betrayed your oath to him because you didn't like what he said.
Because he sent me to my death. We all know what happens at the Verdant Cathedral. We all know the Great Tree is a lie.
Well, you're not doing yourself to engender any sympathy. Come on in and dine.
Last
These
night,
your last words, traitor? I had to yell it
And
out.
these your last words, traitor.
I do not take commands from you, Sassafras, the unjust, the former, the fallen, the cunt of Volpine Grove.
The what?
Are you talking about my wife again? That was Edith. I'm a loving and dutiful husband.
Oh, Slimy is mad. Slimy is big mad.
Last night, while I rotted in my cell,
Oh.
I had a vision. A holy vision. And not of that of the Great Tree, and everybody gasps.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
from Hyberus, the Polar Lord. And the polar bear will speak through me. And he like slams his pike into the ground. His shell covers in ice. And I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
Fucking told you.
His
Hey!
thing is discarded Sir Slimeridge. That's fucking great. Nat 20.
Ooh.
Wonderful. So, you see him hit the ground with his pike. This very not great tree magic bodes over him in this like icy wind. His shell like covers in ice, and you see his eyes are now like glowing blue.
All right.
Dude
So
is
I've
a-
got like 20 feet, 10 feet of movement backwards from where I am right now.
Oh, for sure.
All right, 10 feet back. He has not moved in combat yet, which means I have advantage on my first draw damage.
Yeah. You're an assassinating rogue, right?
Correct.
Yeah, of course you are.
Got a thing I have?
Are you an assassinating rogue as well?
Yeah.
26 to hit
A
him.
26 definitely hits him. Sorry, why do you get advantage?
Me, because I'm assassinating.
Oh, assassinating. You get advantage on the first round.
5, and then the sneak attack.
And add another d6 because it counts as a crit, no?
Only if he's surprised,
Oh, okay.
which I assume he's.
He is not.
There's the sneak attack. 19 sneak attack damage.
So 31 points of damage.
Yes. Ooh.
You shoot. Is that it? There's no more.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
So you shoot this arrow. It flies across, like with a gasp, as like everybody is shocked that this little snail is so brazenly using like illegal magic. And you, without batting an eye, like take a step back, pulled out charred ends, cock an arrow, and shoot it off. It flies and hits into his shell. You see it like crack the ice, and the ice forms over it and shatters it. Hold on, let me read this spell. It's be a melee attack. So he loses that, and then 31. So you smash through this icy shell, and the arrow sticking out of his shell a bit. You see a little bit of the green blood, but he does not falter. Sorry. Actually, that's not what happens. He gets that back, so that would be... Okay. He will revert into his shell when you shoot at him using his reaction to half the damage.
All right.
So he takes 15, which is enough to get rid of his temporary hit points. But nothing bad happens to you because it wasn't a melee attack. And now it's on Sir Slimeridge, who is going to do things.
Oh boy.
It's gonna teleport.
I'm excited.
He moves his movement speed towards you, just 5 feet. And he's gritting his little snail teeth, and he's with every inch of progress, I will take down your oppression, the tyranny of the fallen Lord Sassafras. This duel is a testament to the justice for not only me, but everybody who suffered under the great tree. Hyberus, speak through me! And he hits his his pike off the ground again, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Absolutely.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, this dude's turning into Volley Bear.
25.
You make it. So he hits his staff into the ground, and this like burst of ice energy like goes along the ground, freezing the dirt, and then like hits you in the feet and like bursts at your feet, shooting all these icicles in your direction. You take 15 points of cold damage.
All right.
And that is already halved because you made it. And that is his whole turn.
Nice. I will steady my aim and shoot at him.
Uncanny dodge only works for. It doesn't work for.
Oh yeah,
spells, does
I
it?
could have uncanny dodged that.
Would you like to?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
Oh no, I think it has to be a dex save.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so if it was a dex save, I'd be fine, but because it was a con save, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Yeah,
will
steady your aim and shoot this snail.
take my aim and unleash charred ends. 25 to hit again.
Ooh. Ooh.
Fuck 'em up, sir. Fuck 'em up.
35. You shoot another arrow over, and it like splinters the arrow that you already had in his shell, increasing this wound. It's now like a full hole. He does revert back into his shell again, but he's hurt now. He's actually bleeding. That was your action, bonus action movement.
I can't because of steady aim,
Yeah.
so I'm done my turn.
He's gonna use another 5 feet. Get towards you. He's still too far away. That is crazy. He has to roll this. I need you to make me another Constitution saving throw, please.
Don't mind if I do.
Yo, Hopper's here.
21.
Yeah, Hopper's just like in the back, like in the most shadowy part, just like eating a bag of peanuts. 21 makes it. So you take, what's that, 18 points of cold damage.
Damn, I was on 69 and now I'm not.
Aw.
Very not nice.
It's like, Sassafras, you betrayed me, and in the name of justice, I challenge your tyranny. I will kill your brother here. That's his turn.
You're a
Wow.
scumbag traitor.
This worked so well for me last time. Steady aim. Charred ends. 21 to hit.
21 does hit. It hits him. Rolling really good damage. 35.
go.
17. As you shoot another arrow in, and this one seems to like hit him in the gut, and he takes it a bit, and he's like, even if I die here, let the truth be revealed. Let Sassafras's true nature be shown in front of all of you. Let the great tree's lies be exposed. Are you doing anything else?
No.
Keep inching his ass towards you.
How's the crowd taking what he's saying? Like, are they
They-
like,
They are in shock, and they are all cheering for Klein to kill him. Roll me an insight check.
me?
Yep. You're the one who asked.
Ooh. Insight. Just a whittle.
Yeah, looking around, they seem like they're all just super hyped for Klein to kill this guy. So now I roll this. No.
I'm gonna go over here by Hopper.
Oh, okay. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw, please, Klein.
Sure. I'm pretty good at these.
Oh, no, I was about to say you should be good at these.
That makes it.
Yep.
We're avoiding the damage entirely. Oh, amazing. Yeah, Salty's all in on that. Sir Slimeridge, like, waves his staff around in the air a little bit, or his pike up in the air a bit, and you see, like, around the blade, this icy energy form, and then he's, like, jolts it at you, and it just forms an ice knife that comes flying at you and hits you for 21 points of piercing damage, and then explodes, but you dodge the explosion.
So I'm uncanny dodging the section that needs the dex save entirely, right? Sorry, evasion rather.
No, this is a save or suck, but yeah, you just
So I take no damage then.
you this is ice knife, so you still take the piercing damage.
Okay, I'm going to use uncanny dodge to half.
Yes, because it's an attack, so that's 10 points of piercing damage to you.
All right.
Wonderful. And that sends us back to you, Mr. Klein.
All right, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Feel on agility, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'm so sorry, but Sir Slimerish has a reach of 10 feet.
Okay. So if he's going to do something as I walk by, he can.
Slimy.
Okay.
I like after moving that 60 feet, I still theoretically could move another 60 feet.
Oh my god. He rolled another natural 20.
Oh dear.
You take 18 points of piercing damage and 21 points of piercing damage and 12 points of cold damage.
All right. And all right, so that's like an attack or what?
That is an attack.
All right. So I'm gonna uncanny dodge it then.
Okay, yeah, because you get your reaction at the start of your turn. Cool.
Yep. So what's the total?
It was 33, so cut down to 16.
16. Yep. Got it. And then I will shoot him.
He just spent the whole time getting all the way to you. And then when you do that, he's like, run! Yes, run, coward! This is the earthborn blood that runs in your veins! Liars and cowards!
Just shut your stupid mouth. And I will continue to fire at will.
Willow sees you getting hit and is like, you better kill him! Oh, shit!
I really wish that was a sneak attack. Whatever, 15.
Oh, it's not a sneak attack? That's so
No, because I
rough.
had to bumble that. I had to use all that movement. Unless you can justify me having advantage against him here.
I cannot.
Yeah, I figured.
You shoot Sir Slimeridge through the throat. And you see his mouth hang open for a second and his eyes go wide. And he starts to slump and fall over. But then this blue arcane energy that seems to be coming within his shell pushes out to his throat, freezes this arrow from the inside, and snaps it off both sides. Well, he now has like these frozen holes in his throat. And he's standing there with 1 HP.
Well, it finally got him to stop running his mouth.
Tough bastard.
Chosen by the Polar Lord.
How's that going for you?
I am no longer Sir Slimerich. I am Icewind Slimerich. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
No, he does not get
The same
that.
person does the trial by combat. It's like disqualification or something.
We'll find out after I murder the shit out of him again next turn.
Wow, make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Sure. What could go wrong? 27.
On the one turn where you don't have your uncanny dodge because you used your reaction on your turn,
Yeah.
he spins his pike in the air the same way and lobs another one of these knives at you, and you just move like an inch to your left and it goes right by your head. Doesn't touch you at all.
Evasion is a passive ability that doesn't take a reaction, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know. This ice knife just completely missed, and you made the deck save. It's a saber suck, so.
Hell yeah.
And then he takes his 5 feet of movement back towards you.
I will steady my aim again, which also resets my feline agility because I'm moving 0 feet this turn. Does 18 hit him?
An 18 does not hit him.
Ooh, spicy.
Wow.
That's my turn.
And like the crowd is just like tense. Now there's like a silence as he missed, and everybody's like, they gasped a bit, and then you shot and you missed, and they just held that gasp. Like, you seem to be trembling with my resolve. Today,
it's cold.
I will kill you in the name of Hyberius, our polar lord. He is going to... Oh, he should roll this. No. Oh, one sec. Doo-doo-doo. Terrible. He is going to try to end this with... And he doesn't have much. Slimy. Make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Slimy.
Fine. Just a quick dex save. Yes. Still makes it as another ice knife just goes whizzing by your other ear. You're both like hurt, kind of out of breath, and he's whiffing his shots. It's back to you. He moved his 5 feet already, so that's back to you.
Steady in that aim. $21 to hit.
A 21 hits.
$31 damage.
How are you finishing off Slime Ridge? You can make this as thematic as you'd like to.
I told you, it was just cold. I'll like blow on my hands and I will shoot right through his eye. It comes out the back of his head and hits the shell behind him.
My shell is my shield. My courage, my sword. I will not yield to... As his little snail brains get splattered all over the Colosseum. A hush over the crowd. And then an eruption of cheering.
I'm gonna work the crowd a bit, but I'm gonna move to stand before Sassafras.
He'd put the ale down and he'd just start clapping for his brother.
I'll kind of work the crowd a bit, get louder. My lord, I have done my duty for the family, for the realm.
You've done well,
Very
brother.
excited for his brother. He's gonna jump in and join him. He's gonna celebrate with him. He's gonna like pick him up on his shoulder and like throw him
I'm
around.
gonna try and dodge you picking me. I have things to talk about.
Oh, I'm gonna be in the background like that one kid that's like from the internet meme who just does the thumbs up on a computer.
Yeah, when Klein calls you out, like Helmy, like who's been paying most attention to Fezzik, like goes over and starts like pushing you, like, get up, dear, say something.
Oh, she's talking to me.
Yep.
Who's? Yeah, I'd get up and be like, 3 cheers for the Earthborn warrior, my brother.
My lord, it is a trying time for our family. We have suffered loss. We've witnessed countless betrayals. I would like to show how much I'm willing to give for this family and how much I wish to assist. But I must ask a favor of you to do so. Will you name me your hand?
I will.
Thank you, my lord. You will not regret this. How's the crowd take that?
Is it official?
I assume.
Yeah. And Kirby said, yeah, sure, why not, bro?
Yeah, he did.
What is the title you're giving him? Say it. Make your proclamation as the Lord.
I'm asking for the title of Earl's Hand, unless you're styling yourself as something more lofty now.
Yeah, no. He's telling Kirby to say
Perfect.
it.
Your all's hand works.
That makes him the hand.
3 cheers for the Jarl's hand. He'd stand
Do
up
I
and
look,
start
can I
cheering.
look at Hopper? What does Hopper have to say about it? I just look at him and get like, just waiting for him to say something.
Hopper looks at you and goes, like, he has his big feet up on the bench in front of him, and he's like, there's nothing more entertaining than watching people with too much money kill each other.
I like that quote. I'm gonna write that down.
And yeah, the crowd, like, Earl, Earl, Earl. They're throwing flowers and shit. When Timmy jumps over the railing and comes, like, trying to celebrate with you, some of the women that were with him also jump over, along with Salty, who's, like, jumping on one leg.
I tell Esmeralda to go collect those dead flowers, or those flowers, so we can use it as compost.
Of course.
Boomer, you just sit down because you blew up shit.
With Sir Slimeridge vanquished, like, there's still a little lull. People start to leave. Copper approaches you, Riven.
Nani?
I need to speak to you about something, brother.
Sure. Would you mind if we speak somewhere else? Too many people here.
That might be best. You two go off. You find, like, a nice little dark, secluded corner. He pulls out this kind of, like, ripped, older piece of paper. I've recently discovered this.
I examine it.
You look at it, and it's a letter. It's torn. It's incomplete. But it speaks of your father's death. He looks at you and he says, I think I finally found a lead on father's killers.
Who do you have in mind?
Well, the letter speaks of something called the Fox's Fury. The Five. I think that the Earthborns might have something to do with this.
Brother, that is a most disturbing claim.
You know as well as I do that the Earthborn Sassafras has been like family to me. But what else could this mean?
That's what the letter like points to. Like,
Yeah.
okay. I mean, where did you find this letter?
Among some of Father's belongings.
Let's see.
It claims he was an adulterer. Would you know anything about that?
I've only heard rumors
Of what?
of his adultery, of course.
Any
But
specifics?
they were like, no, just rumors. They never could be proven, and Mother never took them seriously, so neither did I. She told me to just believe in Dad. She told me not to believe in what other people say, try to tear the family apart.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. Says, I know I haven't always been the best brother. And we've always been a little distant. But as blood, I promise you that I will find Father's killers and I will cut their heads off.
And I hope you do. Father deserves justice.
He brings you in for a hug.
Okay.
Meanwhile, as you're in the winner's circle with your women, somehow like Salty has a bottle of champagne. He like pops it and like sprays it all over you. Timothy, like you guys are just celebrating way more than Klein ever would as he like humbly goes over to his family.
Make sure to grab a couple extra women.
Yeah, Salty's like, oh, ladies, you're gonna love Timothy. You've heard this, that, the other thing, but I bet you haven't heard the story of how he himself took out the demon of the lake. Go on, tell him.
Whoa. And like Timothy will go on this big like long rant, like it was a dark night. The only thing that lit the sky was thunder, and couldn't even get a torch lit. There was so much water everywhere, and like he'll just go on this big, huge, like dark rant, stormy night where like we slammed into him and we battled for hours and hours, and it'll be just super long-winded. Like he is just going over every detail, like making himself seem insanely like. Just like this wild, like superhero story. Yeah. It doesn't seem like anyone's gonna see so. But yeah, he just keeps rambling. Very much drunk at this time.
Adam, are you muted?
Yes, I'm muted. God fucking damn it. Yeah, all
love
the
it when they do that.
ladies are super into it. Salty is just right hyping you up, like, yeah, he fucking that's not even all to it. He killed twice that many people, and like you're showing them your scars, this, that, the other thing. Sassafras. The corkscrew knights very slowly approach you. What's left of the corkscrew knights is like a whole species of snails who work for you, but this small group of the steady hand saviors approach you. Lord Sassafras, may we acknowledge you?
You may step forward.
They move forward
Slide.
extraordinarily slower. Very,
Slide
very slow.
forward.
Yes, give us a moment.
Take your time. There's No rush.
You know, you ask a normal person to step forward, it's a simple request. But for us, after the moments go by of them stepping forward, they say, during our watch with the Eagle Guard, we had spotted a camp of sorts of squirrel knights.
When did you see this camp?
Just earlier today, before the trial. We didn't want to bother you during your diplomatic duties, and also we are very slow. We spotted this caravan of probably 100, maybe 200 squirrel knights, and they had set up camp, they were eating, etc. And when we approached, they assured us that they were merely passing through.
Nobody just goes passing through with 200 soldiers.
They said
I'd
that they were on their way to Vol's Landing.
like as many available Eagle Guards as we have to keep an eye on them to make sure they're not scouting us or looking to cause trouble.
Well, my liege, that is where we come to our next impasse.
Aye. What's the next impasse?
We are respectfully rescinding our knighthood.
Respectfully. Pretty disrespectful thing to do, but
We would like to be honorably discharged and sent to the wilds. All of us have committed sins against the great tree, and we are on the side of Sir Slimeridge. Sorry, the late Icewind Slimeridge.
Saz's gonna take a drink of the ale and he's gonna feel a little bad. I denounce the steady hand saviors. You're free to roam as you please. Serve whom you may want.
Thank you, Sassafras. We will remember this in time, but we will also remember the justice that was served here today.
I don't think I'll forget it either. Slimeridge denounced me. He was a bitch about it, so.
He was a bitch about it.
You can tell they all have more to say, but they're all like holding their tongues. Yes, my lord. We will see ourselves out. As the remaining... Go ahead.
He would just say, like, speak up. It looks like some of you want to speak your mind.
I have nothing to say. That wouldn't be completely, and you hear the other one cut him off. I have something to say.
Now's the time.
You let the lie of the great tree run rampant through your kingdom. Through every animal, through every action. You let the great tree corrupt and sully everything. There is no justice. There is no fairness. And there is no nobility. You are not a lord. You are a servant. I do not stand with the Vulpine Grove. Lady Alara would never have sent one of her people to be tortured by religious nut jobs.
Fezik's just standing there.
She sent her own kin. She sent her son.
Do not act.
Hey, let's
like
not talk
nobil-
on the
do
dead
not
Lady
act.
Alara.
Do not act as though classes matter, nobility matters, who you are matters in how you're treated when captured. We all know what happens at the Verdant Cathedral. Chancellor comes over, puts a hand on your shoulder, and he's like, Sassafras, I highly advise that you either get him to stop talking, kill him, or let him leave. We cannot have people speaking like this so openly.
I'm sorry, who's all here?
The cabinet.
So,
Pretty
like,
much everybody, right? Like,
all of us?
Yeah, I think we're all here.
Oh, okay. Also, out of character, you guys. Come on, her hand was forced. You remember?
Yeah,
that's enough.
I didn't actually say anything in character. I just am standing there.
Just as an
just-
example.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I need to speak to
I am
Esmeralda when I get a
muted.
chance.
What am I
Just
doing?
heads up.
Where are these snails in relation to everything else?
We'll just say you guys are in the council clearing. They're like in the center.
I'm gonna I'm gonna walk up, stand directly to the snail, and tell him, "You've been offered a great courtesy. I would hold your continued tongue."
The great noble lord asked me to speak my mind, did he not? Is he like kind of like doesn't point his pike at you, but like brandishes it?
You are defending a proven traitor. I would not question his grace's courtesy further.
Roll me an intimidation check.
Absolutely.
Can I assist in that?
How?
But I'm gonna pull out my weapon and stand behind. Fine.
Are you pulling out Sharanga? The fucking huge bow?
Sharanga, the giant bow.
I'm
No.
gonna use my inspiration on that one.
a fucking sick
So,
ass slave.
What about
Okay,
The
I
lore
got-
for Sharanga is it's always attached to Bamford.
Okay.
Like Bamford is who carries it. But
Okay.
no, I'm gonna pull out my jade dragon glaive.
The fucking sick glaive? Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, my fucking
Uh-huh.
So,
sick
so what
glaive.
does that help get me? Like a plus D4 or what?
That gives you advantage. So
Okay, so
you
I get another roll.
Yeah,
One-
you get
one more.
Full another
Third
roll.
time's the charm.
Come on, Clyde.
I would say Riven is trained enough to wherever he sees Klein ready to fight, his knives are just.
Oh, there
like
we go.
ready.
Okay. With that, you see him lower his pike, and his demeanor, like his stance, kind of sink into himself, and he's like, "Of course."
I'll give him kind of a friendly. I understand not everything is perfect in them, but we'll do what we can.
And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. Go in peace, Strongs.
The final thing they do before they turn and start leaving very slowly, they all hold out their pikes like in unison, and all of them drop them. They turn around and they very slowly start to exit.
Damn,
Right
I
into
was
the
hoping-
gas chamber, and then
I
he
was-
closes the
I was-
door.
I was hoping to beat traffic. Look at the snails like clogging the doorway.
Those snails kind of scared me after that one fight. I knew some shit was gonna be happening.
I only got my ass kicked a lot.
Oh yeah, I got a question.
Sure.
It's about Esmeralda and Boomer.
Of course.
Are they spiders? Because you said they were part. One is part of the Stonepaw family. One is part of the Whisperer
Sorry.
family. Are they foxes?
Only. Did I not show you the pictures?
I'm sorry, I must have missed them.
This is Boomer, Wind Whisperer, who is a fox. The only spiders in your employ are the delivery spiders.
Okay, so the delivery spiders are literally delivering, and then these guys are just like workers. They help.
These are your like top 2 alchemists.
Yeah, okay. And woo, she
She's like your poison maker. She's like
yeah.
the one you
when
can
I get
trust
a chance,
with your
can I
recipes.
talk to her?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you would just see like in this scene like Helmy coming by with all 6 of your kids, Klein.
God, she's like a fucking. I hate Helmy.
He's like, oh, now come along, loves. You have your sword lessons.
Oh, she's just there,
Then you see like
helping and shit.
you see Yosu. Yosu, he's like, but I don't want to do swords. And then fucking Vegeta the second grabs him by the shirt again. He's like,
Does he escape like what using the move I taught him?
Vegeta grabs him by the shirt quickly and it's like, there's only one certainty in life. A strong man stands above all and conquers all. And then he does that cool move you taught him to break out of it.
Nice.
Vegeta just continues to quote on the ground.
I'll look at Vegeta. You need to pick the moment for your strength. Picking your moment is as important as being strong, or else you'll get yourself exposed to people who are more patient.
You might say I'm arrogant. I say damn right. But that's pride. Pride in the earthborn I am.
Oh my god.
Get this louder sword.
Yeah, man. You put him in the battle. That's your next character right there.
Very well.
He's already showing his skulk how to do it. He's showing him how to lead.
Let me ask you this, Father. Does a machine like yourself ever experience fear?
Oh my god. Okay, now he's stepping down.
Of course. I just know better than to show it. You know, you were just saying how important being strong is, but people can be very fooled in terms of what strength actually means and actually is.
Roll me a persuasion check. Roll me a fathering check.
I'm Vegeta the second.
15.
That's not bad at all. Yeah, he nods. I agree. But I still believe strength is the only thing that matters in this world.
Then you don't agree.
And everything else is just a delusion for the weak.
Well, be sure to do your push-ups, your sit-ups, and drink lots of juice.
Yes, sir. Cheetah Jr. chases after Helmy, who's like carrying the rest of your kids.
Could I go to Klein? Like, there's some nice, gentle parenting, sir.
I'm not sure if it was gentle, but it seems doable.
I mean, in that scenario, yes. My mother would have struck me if I talked back to her in that moment.
Yes, but then he'll strike back. I'm not very strong. That's the problem.
My mother rules with the iron fist. We would never strike back.
Your mother is not my...
She said about my mama?
Saying she was not Lady Alara.
Oh, yes. I heard some things about Lady Alara.
Lady Alara was a complicated. Sassafras being more simple is both a boon and a...
Step back slowly. Adam, are you muted?
Yep. You wanted to talk to Esmeralda, right? Yeah, you would find her in your apothecary at her station where it's fucking pristine. Like, super type A personality. Everything is in its place. Everything is very clean. She's standing like completely up straight with like glasses at the end of her nose, looking down, reading a book, like following along with her finger and like mouthing the words to herself as she's like,
Nice.
you see like measurement and like a whole bunch of alchemy equipment around her, different herbs, etc. But everything is very proper.
I like walk to the back, and then I'm just like, Esmeralda, please, come. Bring the so hard to look at her. Bring the roses from the trial by combat from the Coliseum that I asked you to pick up, please.
Of course. They are.
And then if Boomer's back here, I'll kick him out. Because he likes to blow up things. Boomer, please try not to blow up anything.
He's
Take
like-
over the front real quick.
He's holding like a beaker over a flame and it's like bubbling and like the glass is shaking. Looks over like, what? And then it explodes in his face.
Can you watch the front, please, Boomer?
He's like wiping it off. He's like, yeah, sure, got you. Okay.
Appreciate you. I'll get straight to it. I'm like, I need you to build. I need compost with these dead flowers, for this plant. And then he pulls out, like he has his gloves on, so it's not touching his skin. But he pulls out wolf's bane, and he's like, I need you to find out how to get rid of the color in these. Because if they are white, they will look like lilies.
She takes her glasses off and like eyeballs them for a second. I can begin research into this slowly, but what about the barkwood mushrooms? Should I cease research on those? I can only be in so many places at one time.
I understand. Out of character, what was what was that for anyway? The barkwood mushrooms. Was that something she was working on before?
It's legal. It would be like a drug, basically, like a painkiller that she's been working on.
Okay, I'll tell her to this. Basically, postpone this for the time being, please, and we'll pick that back up after this project. This is of a urgent matter. And please, before you like gives it just. I already told you what this is, and you're expert. But I always, for my safety and your safety, please wear leather gloves when dealing with this.
Don't worry. You know me, and I will be safe. Unlike some people. And she looks over, and you see you see Boomer's like now sitting at the front, and he's like leaning on the table, and he's eating like a little bowl of peanuts. And then he just reaches to the side and grabs a herb without like even looking and just eats the herb by accident and just keeps eating it.
No, stop. Go over and tell him, please. Don't eat any herbs.
Oh,
here.
Thought those peanuts tasted funny.
No, they're not peanuts. Look at them. Look. He like he gets a little angry. just look, bro. They're not peanuts. We're gonna get your eyes checked. I'll pay for it. But yes, a urgent matter. Esmeralda, please. I only need those to look like lilies. That's your only mission.
Of course. It shall be done. Yeah, she goes and she gets back to work. Willow approaches you, Klein. Miss Willow Wind Whisper. Now, Willow Earthborn.
He is.
Ugh. Yeah. It's not her ass either.
You have been the only person that hasn't looked at me strange for my claims that these are Timothy's children, and I'm unsure of why they look the way they do.
I don't I believe two distinct things. One, I believe you are honest with the potential fathers of these children. Two, I do not believe they are truly Timothy's children nonetheless. I believe something, be it from the great tree or otherwise, influenced what happened here. Because, let's be real here, I don't think there were a ton of options for you. And I don't think that, and I think your issues with conceiving in the past may be related to that. But honestly, I've got a kingdom to run. I'm not worried about it. I love you and my children anyway, so it doesn't matter to me.
I've found something.
Yes.
The monarchs in Cherry Spire have some ancient tomes, some prophecies that speaks of immaculate conception, and that these litter of foxes would be the chosen, the rightful heirs to the throne, and they would bring on a new age of peace.
Well, Sassafras is the new heir to the throne, but I mean, he'll probably drink himself to an early grave before he can conceive, so I could see that working.
I believe our children are spiritual prophets. And I know that might sound crazy, but it's my only explanation.
They're like a few weeks old and they're already speaking in complete sentences. You're onto something here.
Foxes grow up quick.
Yeah, I was like, I think the grade of growth is different.
Vegeta Jr. is already stronger than I am.
The Holy Virgin Willow.
He's a beast, babe.
I think we all know you're not a virgin. Come on now. But I do agree that I don't think anyone you knew conceived it with you.
I knew this bitch was trying to get her way to.
Or I know how to keep my
Choke that
woman in her
motherfucker.
place.
So you don't think I'm insane?
I do not think you're insane. I think something may have exploited you or your hospitality in the past. But I don't think you're insane.
Mm-mm.
I don't know where you came from or who sent you, but I appreciate you. And she gives you like a deep hug.
I will return the hug.
And a volley of arrows.
As you see now, like 3 of your kids have ganged up on Vegeta II, and he's like standing there with his shirt off. He's like, I do not fear a new challenge. Rather, like a true warrior, I will rise to meet it. And then they all start fighting.
I'll look over. It's like, no, don't fight him one-on-one. All 3 of you need to use the superior numbers.
Yeah, they keep like going in to pick shots, and you like coach again. Make me a parenting check. Just a persuasion or charisma or what the fuck ever. Vegeta Jr. does pretty good against these 3 kids. But you and Willow watch them fight, and she's, again, just like sitting back watching this man who she knows isn't the father of these kids and helping her through this fucked up situation, and she just feels like very safe, very secure, and very hopeful for the future.
No, this is gonna blow up in my face.
Sorry?
No way this is gonna blow up in my face.
I'm telling you, I just predicted the future for you.
Yeah, I think the reaction when I told you to name your children was telling enough. Like, everybody was like, oh no.
Yeah. He named him. Oh
Now
no, he
steer
named
into
him.
it.
With that, you're all gathered once again, and one of the Eagle Guards comes to you, Sassafras, and tells you that one of the skunks that ambushed you on Canopy Road. One of the skunks who's had a hand in killing your mother is ready to talk. Fezzik had knocked out a few of them, and they took them as prisoners. And actually, it would be Chancellor Wind Whisper once again telling you this. It wouldn't be an Ingleguard. Be like, over the past couple days, I have done some unsavory things, and he is now willing to talk.
That is great news, Chancellor. I'd gather like the Skulk, so like me, Bezic, all the brothers, like Riven too. Like, guess whoever else, like Copper, the snail. Is he on my shoulder still?
Mucuston.
Mucuston is like, yes, my liege, I will most definitely come along with you.
Bruh, hold on, out of character. Ain't no way you gonna trust Mucus after what them snails and said. It's meant to turn into a polar bear worshiper on your ass.
Well,
He's a homie, dude.
well, the Steady Hand Saviors were renouncing. He was in your ear, like, kill them. Just kill them. Just execute them all right now.
Yeah.
It's all part of the act.
You know, you don't trust anybody, and I fucking love it.
Because all of you motherfuckers are shady.
Like, every single NPC you're suspicious of, and that is
especially
fantastic.
homie. You gonna let that
Dude,
bitch around your
well,
kid?
The way that this unfolded today was very unexpected, I think. I was prepared for
Yeah, I was ready for a lot worse.
Yeah, well, and I wasn't gonna play Fezzik at all today.
Yeah,
Or I didn't think I would.
My guard was at a 10 coming into this.
Because I was like, oh, I'll just be Sir Mucuston, and then, you know, maybe Adam will take him over, or maybe I'll have to develop more of a story for him if Fezzik doesn't make it out of the trial. But
Like, I don't even trust them little kids. Fucking prophecy, what?
So with that, you go down into the burrows and find the gallows where this shadow fallen axe. Sorry, it wouldn't be one of the shadow fallen axe. They all died. It would have been a shadow fallen soldier. And you come down, and this raccoon is missing one of its ears, one of its eyes, and one of its hands.
Shit.
And like you walk up and he's kind of just staring, like sitting in his cell staring at the wall in front of him.
So, you ready to talk now, Shadow Fallen?
He gets a little startled, looks over. Yes. Yes, anything to end this.
You should have cooperated. Maybe we could have let you go.
He looks at his arm. If I tell you this, if I confess, what will be my fate?
Well, we'll just let you go, I guess. Your fighting days are clearly over.
He looks at the other 3 brothers of the mother that he killed, and he's like, but how far would I make it once you let me go?
As far as your feet will take you, friend. You just gotta tell us. A few questions about that day on the Canopy Trail.
We were not in any caravan. We were not in any transport. We got there directly from Squirrel Reach. Through magic. Magic. From the Squirrel King's clergy. He reaches with his one hand into his pocket. He pulls out this amulet. Bezic, you would have seen this before. They were all wearing these.
Mm-hmm.
They gave us these amulets. And they sent us through this portal. And they promised us payment beyond our wildest dreams. To kill the Lady Alara. He throws the amulet on the ground. The clergy and the Squirrel King killed your mother.
I pick up the amulet. I saw an amulet that day. One of our bandits who attacked us was wearing it, just like this one. Is Helmy with us? Right, Helmy?
Yes, of course, love. I mean, no, I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
Come on, bitch. You already said it. She's shady.
It's like, homie.
You don't see it. You don't see how shady that was.
Yeah, she's the only one I showed, I think. Or maybe she told me to show Sassafras.
He told you to show Sassafras.
Yeah. So I probably would have said something to Sassafras. Again, I don't really understand the consequences of it, but I showed Helmy, and then she shushed me from showing the clergy, and then was like, show Sassafras.
Yeah.
So Sassafras at least has seen this amulet before, too. So it lends some truth to his story, I guess.
They said
I remember.
they wanted it to look like a random bandit attack. But they wanted her dead. Why? I don't know.
You said that from Squirrel's Reach?
The Squirrel King himself.
There could be a few reasons why.
He shrugs. That's above my pay grade. He gets up and he puts his one hand on the bars. He looks at you and he says, I've told you everything I know. Have I earned my freedom?
He's free to go. Let him out.
One of the Fox Knights, one of the Fox Guards, more armored and with a weapon, who's guarding the gallows, looks at you and is like, this creature had a direct hand in your mother's death. You're going to let that go.
As I said, his fighting days are done. He's paid the price. He's paid it
But
more than the gold.
Would I heard that? Because if I did, I think I would want to capitalize on it.
Sure, yeah.
Alrighty, so I would have heard it, or do I have to roll to hear
No,
it?
you'd hear it. You would have.
Okay, then I would
Yeah, well, it wasn't whispering. I'd definitely be
okay,
talking
I'll
loud.
definitely capitalize on it and be like, that question goes for every one of you. He took a hand in killing your mother. Do you not feel anger towards that? That thing over there should be dead.
Emmerich Bark turns around and looks at you, and he has not said much since Alara's died. He's just been a loyal preacher and diplomat. And he looks at you and for the first time says something with from himself rather than for the family. He looks at you, Sassafras. He says, "If you let him go, I will never forgive you."
Emmerich.
I start to make myself like go forward a little bit, like, you can't be serious right now. Just like moving up a little bit. He's like, you can't let that man go. He's responsible for your mother's death.
I'm gonna look at Sassafras. My lord, as your hand, would you like me to make the decision for you?
I may have had a little bit too much to drink, but maybe you guys are right.
The raccoon speaks up, "But you gave me your word as Lord."
Riven looks at Lord Sassafras and he's like, all due respect, sir, and I apologize for speaking up this way, but if you want the people of this land to trust you more, you need to start thinking more clearly. Klein shouldn't be making every single decision for you, nor that Snell over there that you just hired.
That's his job, though. He's an advisor.
Anyone could advise.
I'm gonna actually whisper to Sassafras. I'm gonna try and take him away from the discussion at large. Like physically walk away with him if he'll let me.
Yeah, of course. Stumbling a little bit.
I targeted I don't know how to undo this. It looks like I'm trying to attack him. Got little arrows pointing at you.
Underneath the little squares, there's a targeting thing, and you can just select that, then untarget him.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I got it.
So you and Klein take a little walk down the gallows. There's like a mouse who's in one of the cells, and he looks at you guys as you're walking by. He's like, "You're the Lord. You're the Lord. You can pardon me. Pardon me. I didn't do anything." Lord Sassafras.
I will like start running a torch along the side of the cell so they all have to back up.
Shoot your shot.
Mr. President, get me out of here.
Sassafras, in honesty, there is value in both killing him and letting him live, but you need to be decisive about it either way. If you let him live, he's given us valuable information, and he is potentially a valuable spy in the future. Or he might run away telling everyone that he was spared and make you look bad. If we kill him, you have betrayed your word, but only anyone in this room knows it, and to some, Mother will be avenged. To be clear, I don't think killing him will make Mother any less dead, but I also understand the emotional value in killing him. The issue is, either way, you need to be decisive and commanding about it.
It's true. The people, they're starting to lose faith. I gotta start making better choices.
The good thing about being king or earl, king eventually is, people tend to die if they question you, even if you contradict yourself.
He's gotta pay for what he's done.
Well, it would be the responsible thing to swing the axe yourself.
Roll at disadvantage because you're drunk.
Yeah, don't let him do it.
Dissect
Get
that.
Emmerich to do it.
No, I wouldn't let go. Yeah, but I have like all my stuff with me, like the Trident's Wrath and everything.
Yep. Emmerich's there, and he has Fox's Fury. Sorry. Fox's Death.
Yeah. He has the Executioner's Axe.
I'll kind of just look at Emmerich and say, like, does he look like, does he want to do it? Like, does he want to just kill him?
Emmerich definitely like has a burning hatred in his face. You can see he's holding back from killing him himself right now, like just with his bare hands.
Look at his profile picture. That's what he looks like.
Like Emmerich hasn't shown much emotion since Alara's died, and this is the first time where he's like back to the scene at Canopy Road when he destroyed his sword. Like you see that anime Arthur fist clench.
Call Arthur an enemy.
Yeah.
Shinji
for sure.
Ikari.
yeah, he just did.
But again, the raccoon himself is like, you gave me your word as Lord. And Sir Mukiston is also like, well, if a Lord can't keep to his word, then what good is his word? It's really all a Lord has.
I'm gonna take my finger and poke his head into the
Oh,
shower.
did he say that in front of me?
Sure,
The
yeah.
Lord has his noble title.
Bro, I will kill this squirrel.
His
I swear.
vassals. Come on.
Sorry, what, Klein?
And this guy said, "What more does the Lord have? His noble title, his rank, his divine gift. Come on."
You should know that his mother was kin. It's a little bit deeper than that, Snell. You wouldn't know anything about that, because if you did, you would have ran off with the other Snells. Shows where your loyalty lies.
Honestly, it shows his loyalty lies with us.
My
Yeah,
family is
but-
also still
Yeah, exactly, which is very shady.
my family's still in the Volpine. I wasn't family
Yeah.
with any of those snails. Just
We
by
appreciate your
species.
service and your advice. I just disagree with you very vehemently.
Timothy,
Yeah.
what's going through your head right now? This raccoon he had a part in killing your mother, and he let you know that the Squirrel King and the clergy are responsible for sending them, and they're debating on whether or not they should kill him.
He did it for a price.
What's going through your head?
Timothy is very, very much not happy, and he's just waiting. Like, he is literally just waiting to, like, for him to give the word, for Sassafras to give the word for, like, whether or not we're gonna execute this guy, because, like, Timothy is, like, seething right now with, like, anger.
You're just like standing
And,
next to Emmerich Bark, also anime Arthur clenching your fist.
No, Timothy keeps it like Timothy's like much more composed right now. Like he looks like it's not bothering him, but like very much underneath the surface, like he's just waiting for him to say that, like, what the result is before like he takes any action. So he's waiting for Klein to get back with his little conversation to be like, oh, well.
Yeah, have you guys returned
for
from
them
your
to
little
decide.
sidebar yet?
Oh yeah, I think I made the decision.
Yeah, I said what I needed to say.
Who posted?
Oh,
He posted
Jesus.
getting punched in the face. That took me off guard.
This raccoon has his hand in his stump, like on the bars of his jail cell, and is like looking at you, anxious for your answer.
I pondered for a moment, and not only have you committed crimes against the great tree, you killed the late den mother. We can't. Not only did you hurt me, but you hurt everybody in this room. So that's something like we can't forgive.
He spits on the ground. You know what my father always said?
What do you say?
Fuck them. They're foxes.
Ooh.
I don't even know why you give him a chance to speak.
If there's one thing I've learned in this past few weeks, there is no justice. I'll just open the door and I'll let whoever wants to go and kill him. Give the nod to like Emmerich or Timothy or
Emmerich,
Wait.
everybody in the room, pretty much.
Emmerich,
Bro.
Emmerich like stops you, hands you Fox's death, and he said, "You know the tradition that's been handed down. If you sentence somebody to death, you swing the axe yourself. It's what your mother taught you, and it's what she would want."
Yeah, I'd grab the axe. Walk in the cell and I'll just try to hit him right in the neck. Try to chop his neck off. Or chop his head off.
Roll me an attack with like just whatever weapon you have with disadvantage.
I'd walk up and just try to.
I'm so sorry, but it's disadvantage.
He gets another 20.
Oh
Yeah,
It's not bad. You still managed to get all the way through and cut his head off clean. His final words are "fuck you, you're foxes."
Fuck you, we're foxes.
You cut this raccoon's head off. He bleeds out in the jail cell. The guards clear him out. And Copper looks at you. Sass, I know you're kind of drunk.
Kind of.
The squirrels killed your mother.
Copper. We're already going to go to war with the squirrels. We just need to pick our moment.
Well, fine. There's 100 of them sitting outside of our city right now.
Well, they have been proactive then. Sassafras, it's time we call you something else, my brother. My king.
Copper
It's time we
kneels.
take down this nut tail. This bastard.
King Sass?
Riven looks at his brother and is like, do you have any information why they're here? Not that it matters.
I heard as much as you did from the slime knights. I think they said that they were just passing through and going to Bull's Landing. At least that's what they said. But as Klein just pointed out, Sassafras is the rightful king. They killed Sassafras's mother. I think you know what this means, Sass. We're
do.
Mm-hmm.
at war. You still have some fight left in you?
You asking
I do.
me? Oh. I'm like, I'm full of fight.
Oh,
Look at me.
I'll hand the axe back to Emmerich. And I'll pull out the Trident's Wrath. All the guards we have to the walls.
Copper says, "No. I don't mean to speak out of turn, but as your military friend, I think we should attack. I think we should rally the troops under the new King Sassafras, and we should go and decimate these squirrels until Den Mother Alara's name has been avenged."
I think that's what he meant by all the troops to the wall.
And then Sir Mucuston pipes up again, and he's like, "Sir, starting a war when you don't have the means to fight against magic could be devastating.
It could be, but they started
It's-
this war weeks ago.
It's not like we have an advantage or an edge or anything above the squirrels. The rabbits back in the day had bark steel, but we have nothing.
Well, do we think those other snails can use magic?
I'm suspicious of all of them, sir, if you ask me.
Well, it doesn't. If we're going to disavow the squirrels, the great tree is going to get disavowed soon after. Let's be real here. If they're actual spellcasters that we could rally back to our side, I'm gonna kind of let that just hang in the air.
Well, the last of the snails left. I doubt they'll come back too.
Might not be likely, but they'll remember that we let them live, that we understood the resistance to the great tree, and perhaps showing some culpability and realizing that the great tree is not all it's cracked up to be as we start cracking squirrels' heads like the nuts they cherish. Maybe that will convince them.
It's a plan to go to war now.
There's an enemy encampment outside our home. We're going to war whether we want to or not.
Do we postpone for good reason? There may be word that there's the availability of box steel through the underground.
The availability of what?
Of box steel, the magic,
Okay.
the steel that was used to
How
protect from the magic.
How soon can it be in our hands?
As soon as I find it. I personally don't have any connection to the underground, but there's word of it being around and close. You
Hopper,
know your way around
how
better
much
than
time
me.
do you think we have?
How much time do we think we can make?
That's why I'm asking the rabbit who runs our military.
Well,
The rabbit who runs your military.
That's not a rabbit, sir.
Oh.
Sorry, do you mean Copper?
Yeah.
That's my brother.
Copper,
He's a
Hopper, same fucking thing. Hopper is your little rabbit informant. Hopper is
Okay.
like,
Oh, Hopper.
Got it. That's a copper.
It's not
Copper.
the same thing.
I'm sorry, it's been a long day parenting a bunch of legitimate children. I killed a snail, you know.
You said yourself that wasn't much of a challenge, sir. You said it that it'd be
I
nothing.
said that, but he still did 40 damage to me.
Yes, sir.
He was pretty tough.
Yes, sir. I think you're just proving my point and what I was trying to say earlier.
Anyway. Copper, how
Yes.
long do we have until we think they're beating our doors down?
now that we're aware of it, we'd probably see them encroaching on the city. But I think that we should attack tonight when they're sleeping. Get them with their pants down.
What time of day is it?
Right now, it's around 7 p.m.
Okay. I agree with killing them while they're sleeping,
I agree with that.
but we should at least be working a contingency plan.
Well-
We have, what, 3 to 4 hours to scour the town for anything we can get to bolster our forces?
Yes. And according to these Helix Knights, their forces were mostly martial. They didn't seem to see too many clergy member or mages,
All right.
meaning that we can probably take this battle if we get advantage on it.
All right.
However, the backlash, the aftermath, may be catastrophic if we don't have a contingency.
What do
All
you
right.
have in mind for the contingency plan?
I
Is it-
don't think. I think that we can secure a contingency even if we kill them all tonight. We'd have enough time, and they wouldn't exactly have people sending notice right away. What say you all? We kill what we can during the night. We secure any contraband we can to decimate these fools in the morning.
Yeah, there won't be any witnesses if we get them all in their sleep.
Exactly.
Sir, may I suggest a
Perfect plan. What's the plan, Riven?
I say we trap them in fire. They only have one way to go, like if they're trying to run away, and that's backwards. They're at our walls. If we can trap them where they can't run and fight from above on our walls, then they'll be at a great disadvantage, will they not?
Burn them alive. I like the way you think.
Sir, you know the type of business I run.
Oh,
I also have a few traps. A few herbs, if you will, that I can have my alchemists work on for the poisonous smoke bombs. It's
Anything
my
you-
latest project. We'll
Some
make it
smoke
rain
bombs.
a purple haze on them with wolfbane.
Sounds like a good time.
Smoke would cover up the fire, but well, there'd be a lot of smoke from the fire anyways. But I mean,
Nothing left for them to breathe.
They'll be at a huge disadvantage.
This is a perfect. I like the way this plan was going. Literally fumigate them in their sleep. After all, what are they on our walls but an infestation?
To set this up, the quietest of us will have to do it, sir. You, me.
Not a problem.
Easily enough. Boomer will help you with flames, fire. And sorry, what was the purple smoke supposed to be?
Wolfsbane is what I gave Esmeralda. She's working on trying to make them white for reasons I'm not trying to say further. But she does have like all the Wolfsbane that she's working on.
And your hope
And
is
it doesn't take much Wolfsbane. It's like I'm just using the pollen from them. That's the poisonous part.
And the hope is to use them as like smoke bombs to
smoke bombs, throw them all down there while building like not building but putting like a fire trap, like a border, like kind of enclosing them in. They could so there's nowhere for them to run backwards. They're like pinned up against the wall, and we'll throw them from the top of the wall.
Well, they're not like right at your walls, and even like your Vulpine Grove doesn't have, it has borders, but it doesn't have like a castle wall where you be on. You have trees and whatnot. And
Got you. Then we would just do it around them then, throwing them in from the outside in.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the end goal is to have a wall of fire that they can't easily break, while they can't see a proper escape route from inside, which while also irritating their eyes and making it even harder to breathe while the fire literally fucking suffocates them. We don't do no Diet Coke workarounds here.
Yeah, also just a hint that this is why I told Esmeralda to hold it with leather gloves. Every part of that flower is poisonous. So if we could just chop it and break it down into like with this pollen, including the pollen, into like a poison haze, like something to throw at the enemy. It doesn't have to be a smoke bomb. You can just put it in a sack or whatever, something real quick.
So, for preparations for this battle, you would like to set up a perimeter of fire around them, and then
Yeah, while they're
you would
sleeping.
then you would like to set up people like in the trees, ready to throw these smoke bombs once the fire goes.
Yeah. Yeah, we're throwing it into the perimeter
Cool.
from the
Maybe have
outside
some
in.
people like to kill like people trying to get away. Like
If they try to get away, they'll burn.
Well, yeah, you're like making a U and burning them so they have to like come into the battle and you have vantage on them.
Yeah.
So Klein and Riven are the ones doing them.
Yeah, we're
So
sneakiest.
you are leading your group of stealthy foxes, ready with these
Yes.
smoke bombs. You have Boomer's alchemist fire, which is more than enough to create these very high walls of flame that they wouldn't be able to run through without dying. With that, and again, I'm going to let you know that this is very, 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 very important.
Can I take a long rest before this?
I'm going to say yeah for the sake of levity. Klein specifically can
He
take
just
a
like
long
still
rest.
hurt from the snow battle and shit,
Just
like
all fucked up still.
limping.
Yeah, it's really just health. So like, it's the clergy members would have healed you up, or the chancellor would have. So from both of you, I'm gonna need a stealth check. Before you roll it, I'm gonna tell you the DC. For Riven, your DC is 15. You have to roll a 12 or higher on your stealth check. For Klein, it is 23. You have to roll a 10 or higher on your stealth check. I'm going to let you know that if you fail this roll, it will be catastrophically bad.
You gave me a 23 for it. Great.
You have a plus 13, don't cry.
Let's
Oh my
go.
god. These two are the most fucking efficient you've ever seen.
Burger Squad.
So you guys are going to set up this preliminary attack and get things ready to go on Sassafras's signal, because the other half of this is you are approaching with your own small army to take out these squirrel knights, at least the ones who don't burn to death or choke to death. So Sass, are you doing anything special here? Copper is like right into this. You see a fire in his eyes that you've only got a remnant of during the ambush on the Canopy Road.
Like, how about it, Coppers? Should we get in on some fun?
Oh, we're gonna be pissing and shitting in the trenches before we even know it.
He'd like take off his cloak and all the junk. Getting his fucking weapons ready. No way we're just gonna sit around and watch.
Oh no, me and you, we're gonna be in the front lines. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Say we open the gates, make them think we're letting them in, and then we attack them.
So, Timothy gets his beetle ready. Bezic, you go get boomstick and whatnot. Emmerich is right alongside you and Copper. Sir Mucuston is also with you because he will die for you. He doesn't give a fuck. And like Copper, while you're getting ready and whatnot and like doing all the lordly shit, he is rallying the troops. He gets a lot of foxes together, a big crowd, all armed and ready. And you get to the borders of Alpine Grove. Riding on a beetle next to Copper and Emmerich Timothy, Fezzik. And you come out, and the first thing that you notice is people don't cheer. In fact, they all look to you. And you look amongst these men, these foxes, and see that they are worried, sheepish, not exactly ready for battle.
I'm one of those. I'm just kind of like nervously standing there with boomstick.
Yes, Saz will turn around and some of you look scared, nervous.
Yes, I am.
I don't know how I'd word it. Like,
Roll a Riz check, see if you Riz us up.
starts winking at everybody. These squirrels are marching on the Vulpine, and they're trying to cause war. They started with the late den mother, and now I assume they tried to be coming here to start the war.
This is Sassafras's Braveheart moment. Rallying the troops before war.
We need to be as strong as Lady Alara was. She gave her life to protect Emmerich. We'll need to give our lives to protect our kin here.
Lord.
Alright. Riven?
I'm not here. I was.
Oh, well, you said Lord. I was like, oh.
I thought you said
thought-
king.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I
Kin.
thought you did.
I
Oh,
said
kin.
kin. Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said our king. I was like,
Excuse
oh
me,
no.
bitch. Well,
Yeah.
Sass, I'm still scared.
I'm scared too, brother, but we'll be there to protect each other.
I will protect you, Sass. King Sass! And I kind of like hold boom stick up. Kind of like trying to like also rally people a bit in my own way.
You muted?
I'm guessing unsuccessfully.
Oh, I just took a rip. Copper like backs you up in your speech as well. Is like the squirrels have been lying. The current king that sits on the acorn throne is a false one. If you die here today, you will be dying under the rightful king. And he pulls his sword out next to you, Fezzik. King Sassafras. Roll me a persuasion check with advantage, Kirby.
Can't be a Riz check? No.
15 is pretty good. See a couple, like, it's kind of quiet at first. And you see, like, a sword way in the back, raised up in the air. Then you see another one. And then a couple more. And then more and more and more. And they spread. Then everybody has their swords up. And they're chanting, King Sass! King Sass! As you ride through, and they all, like, move out of the way. So you and, like, you, Emmerich, Fezzik, Timothy, and Copper can ride through this whole crowd, and them on foot, you on your beetles, they start following you. You start approaching very quietly to this squirrel encampment. And that's when you let the signal off of a torch going out twice or whatever it may be. And that's when the flames rise above this encampment. You hear screams, the smoke bombs start getting lobbed in, and that's where we're gonna end session.
Let's go.
Fire rises.
Oh,
Nice.
Riven, the strategist. I'm gonna want my title after this, sir.
you can have any title you want. Let's say riding over.
No, so Klein and Riven wouldn't be with you riding over because they went to do the stealth thing, but they will be
Well,
there in the battle.
Yeah.
We went to be
We're
Naruto.
doing a murder, as we usually
Yeah.
do.
We said that's what I got to get. Start that.
That is the best Naruto opening.
Thank you
I know,
guys
right?
so much for playing. Thank you everybody for tuning into the stream. We'll be back on Monday for some more Land of the Lost Corsair. I have been talking with Adam, and you are no longer talking with Adam because my name is Adam, and I am done talking to you. Peace.
Talking.
Talking.
Yoda says 3 words the whole session, and 2 of them were fucking docking.
Doc.